Here's the first of two lightning quick 60-second or so reviews. The HTC Magic, here in Vodafone branded form, is the second major Android powered smartphone and is far slicker and more complete than the T-Mobile G1, despite not having a hardware QWERTY keyboard. Text input is via on-screen portrait or landscape keyboards with writing aids, and yes, you can use almost all applications in landscape mode on the Magic. The Magic ships with Cupcake, a landmark Android release, but it's upgradable over the air, and indeed I applied an update during my review period. The Magic is 116 grams of pure plastic, but it's well made and pleasingly sculpted, with just volume keys and an ex-USB port on the bottom to mar the sides. Yes, ex-USB, but at least HTC supply an adapter for plugging in standard headphones. There's a surprising number of hardware control buttons on the front, but I'm not really complaining, though I still think the trackball is redundant and a kludge. Initial specs are great: Wi-Fi, GPS, digital compass and a 1350 mAh battery. The camera is an average 3 megapixel affair with no flash, taking mediocre photos. The display is well sized at 3.2 inches and capacitive. Though quite responsive, Android still feels beta-ish to my eyes and fingers. Mind you, most of the holes seen in the G1 have been addressed. There's now a camcorder application, for example, though its videos are currently rather poor, and A2DP for listening on headphones. Oh yes, and the Android marketplace, which is going from strength to strength. The built-in software is filling out nicely, though there is still no Microsoft Exchange support or Office file editors. I think Android should come of age with its next release, and 2010 will see some serious competition for the likes of the iPhone and whatever Nokia produced by then. If you're a long-time phone show watcher, you'll know that I've broached the subject of touch a few times in the past. Way back when I ranted against a touch interface, moaning about screen contrast and sunlight, fragility, and the way in which touch interfaces need two hands to operate. Now, the advent of the Apple iPhone, the T-Mobile G1, HTC Magic, Samsung Omnia HD, and others with glass-fronted, capacitive screens have alleviated a number of my concerns, but the whole two-handed versus one-handed, and indeed the touch versus hardware buttons debates rage on, and are well worth revisiting in the light of modern smartphone form factors, which seem to span the complete gamut of possibilities. Let me hand you over to Mr. Whitehat, Matt Radford of allaboutiphone.net, and some hobo we dragged off the street rocking a Nokia E75.
Look, a touch interface is the way of the future. This is years ahead of anything with loads of archaic plastic buttons. I've got the largest display possible all the time, and when I want to type in text, up pops a QWERTY keyboard, and I can tap away on that on screen with the software correcting any spelling mistakes I make. What more could a man ask for?
That's all very well, but you'll struggle when you want to input names and punctuation or anything not in your touchscreen phone's dictionary. I prefer a proper full-width hardware keyboard. What I type is what I get. Full stop. I also like the fact I don't have to mollycoddle my phone trying to avoid touching the screen accidentally in case something launches or gets deleted. And I also like being able to do things unseen. For example, pausing or rewinding podcasts with my eyes closed at night while drifting off to sleep. Try doing that with a touchscreen phone.
Unseen? The whole point of touchscreen phones is that you get a larger display that cries out to be seen. I can enjoy videos, YouTube, BBC iPlayer. Well, websites look like proper websites on my phone's larger display, not some feeble keyboard vision of a site. You'll just end up with eye strain.
Your phone may have a larger display. That just means it eats up battery power faster, it's more fragile, and it makes the overall form factor generously wide. I'd rather have something that will last for several days on a single charge, which will withstand the rigours of daily life, and which can fit in any pocket.
Bah! I just charge my phone every night and I'm sorted. Anyway, you're just jealous of my interface. I can swipe, pinch, draw and drag. How can a primitive button phone compare with that?
I notice all those things you just mentioned involve a finger or two. Given that you're holding your phone with the other hand, how are you also going to hold onto your tube rail, your child's hand, your briefcase, your shopping, your beer, your sandwich, or the steering wheel of your car? No, scratch that last one. But you get my point.
Look, if I'm out and about, then I've got my life to live. My phone can stay in my pocket unless it rings. Enjoying my touchscreen phone is for when I'm sitting down comfortably at a coffee shop or office or my sofa, and trust me, I do enjoy it. My phone has thousands of games available and I never run out of things to play.
Play? Okay, I'm a little jealous of your games, but I haven't really got time to play. As you said yourself, I've got a life to live, out with family and friends, or more usually working. And my keyboarded smartphone plays a big role in this. As my email device, my Twitter client, and my camera, it's working hard for me already. No time for locking myself away to play games.
Well, I feel sorry for you, locked into a 2003 world of slides and hinges and buttons. Look how elegant and futuristic my iPhone is. This will still be in fashion in 2013.
Maybe, but in the intervening years, I'll have answered 4 times as many emails, replied to 3 times as many texts, and posted twice as many times to Twitter. Guys, if there's anything to be drawn from this exchange, it's that touchscreen-centric phones appeal to a different market than button-centric phones. Each has distinct advantages and distinct disadvantages. Possibly the most interesting form factor of all is the hybrid devices like the HTC Touch Pro 2, like the Nokia N97, each of which combines in theory the best of the touchscreen-centric phones with the best of the button-centric devices. Whether such a hybrid is right for you is a personal decision. They tend to be bulkier and more expensive. Watch this space for more reviews, and I'll leave you with a summary of the pros and cons of each phone type. Take the HTC Wing or Nokia E75 design and pare it to its absolute minimum. Then market it for SMS mad teenagers, and this is what you get. This is the LG KS360. I don't normally cover feature phones, but I couldn't resist this one. It's not often that you see a full width QWERTY keyboard in such a low priced phone. This retails only £80 on pay as you go in the UK, i.e. without a contract. That's yours to keep. Curiously, sliding out to the right, the KS360 seems aimed at left-handers with the D-pad and directional controls over here. The keyboard is a little rudimentary, but it's got better feel than the Nokia N97's, and the spacebar's in the right place. This isn't a smartphone, of course. The OS and interface is proprietary and fairly simple. But, get this, you've still got music and media players, full POP3 and IMAP email support, though you do have to set it up yourself, in addition to the normal PIM apps, and you can still add Java applications, which, contrary to myth, aren't always slow and clunky. Opera Mini is a particularly good example, which is 100 times better than the built-in half-hearted browser in the 360. There's even, drum roll please, a touchscreen as well. Oh yes. All staggering considering the price, but as you might expect, the aforementioned paring down hits hard. Once you look closely, the touchscreen, potentially a star feature, is only used in the phone dialer. That's right, LG designed in a touchscreen, and then only one small app actually uses it. The rest of the time the touch layer is just there to reduce screen visibility, especially in sunlight. It's a crying shame, that's what it is. The rest of the downsides are more understandable at this extreme price. There's no Wi-Fi, it's a 2 megapixel camera with no flash, micro SD expansion but no SDHC support, so max of 4 gigabytes, no 3G data and no GPS, of course. A final negative is that LG insist on using their own proprietary connector for charging data and audio out, just when most of the rest of the world is getting better at universal standards. Still, look again at the price. For the teenager who uses SMS a lot and who doesn't like T9, the KS360 is just about perfect. And if you have to replace a broken or lost device, it's not going to break anyone's bank.